Alright guys, this is the Wings Mobile Detailing Podcast, and I'm Andre. I'm solo today, and I'm got to talk to you guys about something really important when it comes to selling anything in life. Whatever you're doing, if you're in business, an entrepreneur, or you're simply selling anything, this is going to become an issue for you, and you're going to blame this for the lack of your success. And this is the price objections, and blaming price for the fact that you're not selling anything. Or if your sales is going slow, if you get a client complaining about the price, I'm going to show you how to handle that. But not only that, show you that that is not matter here. So stay with the introduction, and we're going to continue.
Welcome to the Wings Mobile Detailing Business and Automotive Podcast, the only podcast that will guide you on how to start and grow six-figure companies. As our team expand from one business location to worldwide domination, you will get step-by-step insights from a millennial franchisor and franchise owner with your host, Andre Mezalira.
Alright guys, so we're back, and this is going to be an incredible podcast towards prices. And let me just introduce myself. My name is Andre. I've been in business for 5 years. Sure, it seems like it's very little experience, but I'm telling you that it may count more 5 years of experience than 30 years of repetitive experience. So it's one thing to watch out for. I operate my own company here in Richmond, Virginia, and I'm a franchisor of Wings Mobile Detailing with another location in Virginia Beach. Among this time that I've been in business, I've always gotten feedback from other people. I've been around a multitude of entrepreneurs, startup business guys, and there's always this one problem that they face, which is blaming price for the lack of sale. They always come up with that. And here in this podcast, this is what we're going to be talking about, because I've seen this becoming a huge issue for especially startup companies, and sometimes even bigger corporations, bigger companies, to where they've been years and years in business, but they never learned this one thing: to take responsibility for the sale, whatever it is, and not blame price. And I guarantee during this time that you guys are in business, you are going to hear the price is too high. The price is too high for me. I can't afford your product, whatever you're selling. The problem with that is not them saying that, any client saying that, because it will come to you a moment in time to where you're going to hear that. There's no way. If you're in business, if you're selling something, you are going to hear the price is too high. And you're rarely going to hear, oh, the price is right, the price is perfect. Why? Because it's the lack of your experience with knowledge. You haven't learned how to overcome that sale and how to sell the product, particularly to the client, to the point where they trust your product and they want to buy it from you. So if you're running a business, or heck, you're selling anything, and price becomes a problem to you, trust me, for especially entrepreneurs, at one point in your career, it's going to seem like the reason you didn't sell is because of price, either because you're going to hear from a customer, or because you're going to believe in that. That's the worst part, is when you hear that and you believe that to yourself. So even when you hear from your client that the reason they didn't buy was because of price, know to yourself, the real reason because they didn't freaking buy it from you is because you didn't convince them that that's what they need. Now, that's good. You can work on that. You can work on that if you've convinced yourself first that that's what you need, and that your product is going to solve their problem. If you don't believe 100% in your product, there's no way, shape, or form that you're going to make your client believe that your product is the solution. And I've seen many, many cases before where an entrepreneur, business owner, a sales guy did not believe in their product, the price of their product, to the point where it would serve their customers. So first, work on believing in your product. And how are you going to acquire that? You have to go through that first. But how are you going to eliminate the price objection? You're not going to. But you're going to have to step up your game, acquire knowledge, sales, believe in your product, know what you're offering, and set a price. Price is imaginary. You're going to set a price at $160 for a single product, $2,000. It doesn't matter what it is, $5,000, $10,000 for a product. And you are going to hear this, the price is too high. You're not going to believe in that. And you're going to force yourself to learn that, hey, your price is right. Or if your price is indeed too high, make your product worth it. Make your product worth that high price. In many cases before, dude, I've seen many situations where a client brings up a price objection to me, even to my product, and they went to a freaking company. They went to a different company, saw the exact product. It's no different. It's not like, oh, that company is something or different. They went to that exact product and purchased for a higher price. And then am I going to convince myself that my price was the objection, even though the client first approached me complaining about the price? And am I going to go and find out and blame the price that I didn't sell the service to him or the product because they went to a secondary company and they bought the first product? How many times this happened? If this happened to you guys, I'm sure people are going to say that, and people are going to go to the marketplace and they will spend higher money for maybe the exact same product because somebody served them better. It's on the service. It's not only towards the quality of the service, but this is more towards you gravitating yourself away from blaming price. Now I'm in a moment in my business to where we've grown it. We've grown the business to a point where people already trust they already trust the brand, and they still may come up with objections. But I've learned that I'm servicing this many, and our company, we're not the cheaper in town. Heck, I don't want to be the cheapest, the cheaper price for the product for the service that we offer. We offer auto detailing services, and we go to their home and service them. Sometimes dealerships, and so many dealerships I went through where the price was not an objection, but I didn't let that get to me. And once you acquire that knowledge of not blaming the price for the lack of your sale, you're gonna realize that what to blame is it's your selling skills. You step up your game in selling. You step up in game in believing in your product, offering the best to your clients. Believe to your core that your product is going to solve their problem and that you're better than any other company, than company X, Y, wherever company it is. Once you believe that to your core heart, price is not going to become an objection to you, because you're going to not only be able to convince your client that your price is right, you're going to have that enthusiasm when you're presenting your deal backed by sales skills, sales technique. You've got to learn, study how to sell. That is the number one fundamental towards business. It's not about the experience, not about 30 years of experience, 40 years of experience. Because if you have 40 years of experience and it's repetitive experience, been doing all those things over again, you're not innovating, you're just learning something new that's already out there. That is not the good type of experience people are looking for, and that's not going to serve you. What is going to serve you is, sure, experience, but innovative experience. Learning, studying, not stop to study and learn from great people out there, that there are so many. And this price is going to become an issue. And when it becomes an issue and you start to blame price for it, know to your core that, hey, the problem is within you. You have to step up your game, learn how to sell. And there's so many programs out there that even in our company, if you want to learn more, we do offer like Cardone University, where it talks a lot about this pricing techniques. And on our own company, once somebody wants to start their own business and become part of our franchise, they will get that. But this will shape the business, and you'll shape yourself to make yourself better and know how to sell that to your particular client. Now let's get super practical now. I do really want to get practical in this phase of the podcast. A client calls me, and I'm selling automotive detailing services. We have different packages from $100 to $250. Our most recommended premium package is $250 to $395. So let's be honest, for automotive detailing, $395 for automotive detailing is for average people, for the majority of people that does not understand about actually detailing, that they do not have, and that's a majority of people in my industry, clients, they do not have that understanding that their car needs a $395 detailing service. And so the phone rings, client is calling, they want a service, which the service I would recommend to them is $250. Once you get experience in business, not repetitive experience, innovative experience in business, you're going to realize, see what type of client they are, what type of customers they are. You're going to learn how to deal better with a particular client. If you're in business, you may know what I'm talking about. A customer call, sometimes you can hear by their voice that they are one of those price collector, people that they want to collect price from a bunch of different companies, see which works best, and you're going to go with a price, a shopping price. That is not real. When you're experiencing sales, you trust in your product, that client's not going to become a problem to you. It used to be on me before, where a client used to call me and they want to, the best price, can you do this back? They're more calling you shopping price than the service itself. But if you convince them that your product is going to solve their problem, and they are going to get a good service that they want, even really good service for the price that you're selling, even if it's higher, they're gonna sell. They're gonna close a deal with you. But first, you gotta believe. You gotta be good in selling that. And how do you do that? So let's say a client calls you, and they are looking for that price of $120, and they know that they are shopping price, and you're selling that service that they want from $120. Your service is worth, and the price of your service is actually $200. Or let's go higher. Let's say $250. If you are good in presenting them the service and agreeing with your customer, you have a higher chance of acquiring that customer. Most people, most business owners, and it's with every objection out there, they hear an objection like that, you're going to give the price, the customer doesn't want it because they found a cheaper one, they'll be like, okay, hang up the phone. If you're looking to expand your business, if you're looking to freaking grow big, you don't want to lose this type of customers. You don't want to lose no type of customers, because if you start blaming the customer for the lack of your sale, you're not going to succeed in business to massive levels of success. Once you start taking responsibility that the reason they didn't buy the product is because it's within you, you're going to improve, and with experience and time and learning more than experience, you are going to learn how to deal with that customer. You're going to acquire that business, and you're going to not lose the percentage of business from these type of people. So they call. Usually what I do and what I've learned, majority, let's be honest, Grant Cardone University, it teaches a lot of that, along with applying that knowledge to the real world. It's going to bring you that. A customer calls and be like, I found, and usually we know what type of people that complains about price. So a client calls and they're like, no, I can find 120, I'm looking for this service, but $250 is too expensive for me. That's too expensive. Always agree with your client. You can explain about your service, but mainly you want to agree with them first. Forget about your service, agree with your client. Like, hey, you're totally right. Our price can be a little steep, and yes, if you're shopping price, and be straight with them. If you're shopping price, and it seems like you are, you want the best deal, I can help you find the best deal. I know a different company that has the price that you're looking for the $120. You agree with them. You tell them what they already know. But coming from you, telling them, hey, that particular company is going to have the price that you're looking for, it's going to make them think, I guarantee, try this. A customer complains about the price. You tell them, hey, I'll help you find a better price. Not a better product, not a better service. I'm going to help you find a better price. And I know this company, you can even list the company for already know on top of your head. Your competitor, heck, and tell them this particular phrase. Hey, I can find you a company. I know that this X company, whatever it is, does have a better price, and they can probably get you even to $110. Force down, go lower the bar. Say that and pause for a bit, hear them out. Some people are going to say, hey, no, I want to go with your company. I want your service. I just want a better pricing. That's when you took control of this particular price objection, of this particular objection. You have to make them sell your product to themselves, because they already called you. When they called you, they shopped around already. If they call for your service, there's a reason they want your service. And the reason they want your service is not because of a cheaper price. It's because of your service is probably better. Hopefully they didn't go find your company. They are not there with your company because of the cheaper price. Because then you have a bigger problem. You'd rather have a higher price and people shop on your company because your service is 10 times better than any other service around there. So you're going to hear them out. And you're agreeing with them, you took control of the sale. And if they say whatever they're going to say next, no, I want to go with your company and this, and you can be like, sir, I totally understand. I know you're shopping in my company. Unfortunately, for this price, and you can be honest with them. Unfortunately, for this price, you're not going to be able to give all of our time, all of our effort to you, because I know that at the same time that the other company charges $110, it is something, the type of service that we provide is different in comparison. Other type of objections that you can get, all towards price, is when they already call you right away and they come up with whatever price objection it is. You can use the same response. Agree with them, tell them that you're willing to find them a better deal. Once before, I was actually, as we are an automotive detailing service, and I know a company, it's called The Auto Company. I'm making a name up. And the company of our name is Wings Mobile Detailing. A client called before, and they used the same objection, price objection. And my service was $250. In this case, I think it was $395. And somebody else would do it for $290. And he was like, no, $395 is too steep. He didn't even want to hear about the service that I have to offer. He already went to the price issue. He already went to that price. But knowing, he knew that there was a cheaper price. And everybody would know. It was like, the price is too steep, and I want it, $295, whatever other company charged. And I told him, this is what is included with our service, sir. And I know I can find you, and I gave him the name of the other company. I know I can find you this other company, and they will probably charge you $270 for perhaps close to this type of service that you're looking for, and I can give you their number. Would you like me to do that for you? What are they gonna say? Are they gonna say, oh yeah, give me the number, I'll call them? That's rare. It's rare that they're going to say that, because they already called you wanting your service, your better service, and they already knew that there was a company cheaper than ours, because they already seen the price, or because the first reason they called is because of the service. I ended up, going there, coming back to him, and he didn't want the number. It's like, no, it was the same thing. He wanted to come with us. He wants to use our services. And I told him, hey, this is what I can do for you. We have this other service. If you're looking for a price that is not $395, it costs $250. And you explain about the $250 service, but if you already presented at $395, it means that truly the service that he needs is a $395. And you go back to him, there is a $250 service that we have, and this includes this and that. But our $395 service, you still be getting all of this, and just for $100 more, a little bit more than $100. My math is bad now, but $130 more, you're going to get this service for only $130 more. You're going to get all this interior included with your service, but we still have the $250, which is a great service from us. But just with the $100 more, you may get this. So you didn't go from zero to $395 inside this sale. You went from $100 price difference and still inside your service. So you broke the mentality from your customer, that thinking from your customer of thinking, oh, I'm going to go with your company or I'm going to go with your competitor, as I was before in the first stage. The first stage, he was looking for your company and your competitor because you mentioned to him that the competitor has this $250 service. And you should have a variety of services. If you're in business, you should have a variety of services as well, and always offer what the client needs. So this client needs $395, and I explained to him that we have this $100 difference for the $250. So right now he's thinking he definitely wants to come and do service with me because I do have the two types of services. And I still have the goal of selling him the $395 service for my company because that's what the client needs. And so I use this tactic. And worst case scenario, if your ability to sell is not the greatest in the world, worst case scenario, your client is not going to be between your company and the other company. Worst case scenario, your client's going to get the $250 service as opposed to the $395. You're still acquiring that client. So, best case, always look for best case scenario. You sell the $395 service because they will see. So, at the end of the day, it's going to be easier with this tactic for you to sell the $395 service because you use the $250 service to sell for only $130 more. They can get, all of this included extra that they wanted. So number one, you have a much higher chance of selling your higher price service, which would be more realistic, would be what they need. And second of all, you lose your chance of losing that client. So going back to explaining to you guys, you are in business. It doesn't matter if you're a startup, if you're not a startup, if you're a sales guy, you're working for a corporate, and you work for 30, 40 years of your life, 5 or 1 year. And you say that to yourself, that the price is the problem of your sale. It's the truth to you. Because if the problem is the price for your sale, you don't have the ability to sell that client with the price that you have, because not even you believe in your own product. Another way, a third way of overcoming this objection is going back to make your clients sell your product to themselves as you start to dabble, talk about your service. That's the last thing you want to do. The last thing you want to do is keep talking and bore the crap out of your customer. And unfortunately, that's what a lot of business do, which is wrong, is when they're approaching a client, and you're going to see that this is going to make a world of difference. First, for this to happen, you have to understand the qualities of your service. And if you own a business, at the beginning, you might have trouble believing in your own product, and that's totally normal. But if you own a business, you're going to know what you do best, and you're going to know the reason the client is calling you above somebody else, some other company. In my particular business, we've acquired 5-star reviews all throughout the internet. We're 5 stars on Google, everywhere. Not only that, but we have flexibility of sale because we are here, my local company here in Richmond, and also the guy there, the franchise owner of Virginia Beach, has grown the company to the point where it has multiple work vehicles and employees. And we have more flexible times in the calendar compared to other companies. But most of all is the quality of service that we are dominating. And we are becoming the go-to car guys for everyone trying to grow, throughout the nation. We're going to achieve that. They are going to call you. And this is the one thing. This is how you're going to make your client sell your service to themselves. A client calls you, and they start back with the price objections. It's another way of overcoming this objection or any other. But a client calls you and they look for your service it's a $300. And again, I'm using numbers here, but it doesn't matter. Let's use a high number now. It's a $30,000 service to you. and they're looking around. This a higher price, yeah, it may take a little while for them to buy from you, or it may not. That is not there. It doesn't make much of a difference because it's your ability. See, I kind of contradicted myself just now thinking about it. And a client calls you and they do want that service from you, and they start to come up with objections. I know that my company is showing up first on Google. I know that they already made the research. I know how they found my company. I know as a business owner, I know that they saw the 5-star review there and clicked on it. You have to convince them back why they called you now, because they're on the phone with you. They are thinking about, okay, what do you have to offer them? And they can tell you, hey, they're not even gonna say that, but they can come up with a price objection. And in the middle of the conversation, you're explaining your service and product that you're gonna do to their car, or that you're gonna what type of service you're gonna provide them. You can ask them, hey, how did you find us? And you pause, let them answer. How did you find us? They're gonna tell you, oh, I was looking online and then I saw your detailing company service here. They're usually gonna use that. They're usually gonna talk good about your company, and it's gonna put in their head that they need you. They need your product. And they can't say that, hey, I was looking online, I saw the 5-star review there, and I saw, some great reviews, and I see that this is what I was looking for. They're gonna talk good about you because they will see the representation online. If you've acquired this level of service, which you should, as a company owner, you're going to work on that. And they're going to start selling your service to themselves. I saw the 5-star review there. I decided to call because you did this. And you can play around. You can be like, oh, so that's that. What else? What else did you find from us? Was it from Google? You typed in your service. Why didn't you pick, the other company? They're gonna tell you, and that's how you make your client believe in your own price. Why they're paying that? They already sold themselves on that. Even if you didn't ask this question, but you asked this question, you're gonna be certain that the price is not gonna be on their way. Even though they come up with a price objection that it may be too high, but that's not the real issue because they already are sold on your product. So your homework now is for you to believe in your product. Number one, you know why the clients are looking for you on top of any other business. You want to show them that you're dominating the marketplace, that you're 10 times, 100 times better than your competitor. Convince that to your core soul that is the truth. And you present your service to any client that approach you. Whatever objection you get, you're going to be able to convince them and make them convince themselves that your product is higher just by you presenting their products. Because if you use this knowledge to yourself along with you telling the clients using the same sales techniques that I've just talked to you about on this podcast, you're going to go far. You're not going to lose this category of clients that has this price objection or any other type of objections. Because let's be honest, price objection, I have to talk to my wife, I have to talk to my husband, whatever is this, it's all a lie. Think of it as it's all a lie. They don't have to talk to their husband. They called you, they already know, they already can make the service, they already can make the purchase, And so using these techniques to whatever type of objection you can get, and make them show them that they have to buy it right there as soon as possible, whatever techniques you can use. Obviously, first you believe in them, that's what they need. Then you're going to be able to make this sale, and you're going to be able to get those customers that you've been losing for all these years. Or, better yet, if you learn more of the skills that I'm telling you about, with us, you're not going to even lose all this time. If you're a startup company, right now you're starting up with a good company, and let's say if you buy a franchise, even if you buy a franchise from us, we're going to train you completely on the selling, how to overcome objections and everything using a sales university from a multi-million-dollar guy. And your company, I guarantee that the growth is going to extend so much that you are not, those 40 years of experience is going to be the same as just 1 year, because you're going to acquire all that knowledge. And that's how you should grow in business. So obsessive, believe in your product so much, wanting to tell your clients, hey, this is why we're better, this is why we dominate the marketplace, this is what our product does. And you don't want to hear from your client about any other company. You don't want to you don't even allow your clients to bring that to your head, because that's not right. To you, it's so wrong. You're so right on top of everyone that it doesn't make sense for you to hear you saying that. Once you start hearing that, and you hear that to object them, because you want to hear your client out and agree with them. But don't let that get to yourself. Because especially for starting up in business, at the beginning of the business, you're going to set a price for whatever it is that you're doing, whatever it is that you're selling, whatever high price, low price you have. There's always going to be somebody cheaper than you. And there's always going to be somebody more expensive than you. If there's nobody cheaper than you, that's when you should be worried. If you are the cheaper in the marketplace, that's when you should be worried. If you hear the price is perfect all the time, I like the price of your product, then that's also when you should be worried. If you don't hear the price objections, because then you're gonna have to, hey, wait, I'm offering an amazing service, my product is the best, I'm dominating this, our customer service, everything about our company is great. And am I devaluing myself, my price, my time? So you always have to have on top of your head. But price objection, at one point, if you don't have this understanding, you're going to use that as an excuse to why you're not selling that client. And if you let that client, if you hear that from 3, 4, 5 clients only, you're going to hear from 10, 15 clients only. You expect to hear from 15 clients or more. If you start hearing that, and you don't let that get to your head, that, wait, my price is actually too high, because it's going to get to your head if you're not ready. If you don't let that get to yourself, that the price is too high, you're going to blame yourself. And once you start blaming yourself for the lack of your success, you're going to study, you're going to get skills towards it. You're going to do everything you can to learn about, even improve your product, even improve your service if that's the issue. But then once you start blaming, take responsibility for the lack of your success, that's when your company is going to take off so quick and so massive that you're going to be seeing potential. You're not even going to worry about your competition anymore.